Greetings. I don't even need no audio today. This is probably about to be one of the most rawest podcasts I have probably ever even done. I'm going to upload some new audio, a lot of new audio from y'all, for y'all, excuse me, tonight and this weekend. It's June 14th, the weekend of June 14th. I'm about to download y'all a lot of old audio that I found, snippets. Oh my God, it's going to be a part of the Epiphany series, but this little podcast, I want to call it forgiveness. Yeah, that's what I want to call it. Forgiveness. I'm about to give y'all the etymology of forgiveness. It's a Middle English word. It's also Old English. Okay, it means it's equivalent to forgive. It literally just means readmission, indulgence, permission. Okay. To forgive means to never untie. The root of forgive is the Latin word perdonare, meaning to give completely without reservation. Now, I always, if anybody's ever taken any of my class or you listen to these podcasts, I always give the etymology of the words because words are very Kabbalistic. And when you say that you forgive a person, that means to never untie. Okay. To give completely to this person as you did before without reservation. Okay. They will tell you that the spiritual meaning of forgiveness is not simply a one time action or isolated feeling or thought. Forgiveness involves us in a whole way of life that is shaped by an ever deepening friendship with the Creator or with other people. The essential goal of this practice is to reconcile, to restore communication one way or another, whether it's with the person or within the whole creation of spirit. Okay. It is basically holding this covenant with God. Okay. Matthew 26:28. Check that out. They speak about forgiveness. Okay. So now you know what this is. They say that the weak can never forgive. Okay. That's what they say. The weak can never forgive. And you'll hear people gloat openly that cannot forgive other people. They'll tell you in a heartbeat that forgiveness is for themselves. You hear people say, "Oh, forgiveness is for myself." That means they are weak because they don't know how to let it go. They don't know how to keep the ties that bind. Was there ever really even a tie in the first place? I want to tell y'all my lesson with forgiveness and with being humble. Okay. I made a podcast probably in February, March of this year, and it was about being humble to who. I erased it. I had it on my Clubhouse, but I erased all my audio from off of there. They wouldn't just give me my audio. So I took a lot of it off of there. But I had a podcast on there about being humble and about having forgiveness and who are you forgiving and who are you being humble for. Now, I didn't ever have a problem with being humble for the Creator. That was something naturally that came into me, that was instilled for me as a child. But other people, I was always taught to be myself. And I'm a very confident person. I'm a person that's very confident in myself, in the things that I do in my life and how I operate. Okay. And some people did not have that instilled in them. So when other people have it, it's deemed offensive. Okay. Um, it's deemed as if something is wrong. Okay. Because you have this energy and this essence about you. So you can't let everybody know all the time that you have this confidence. You just have to know yourself and allow it to, you know, spill out. People won't see who you really are. Okay. Well, I knew about that level of humility. Then I learned about the divinity not only within myself, that it lies in all other people. So I had to have a level of respect and patience dealing with all people, whether they knew that they were divine or not. Okay, it didn't matter. I knew. And then I began to see people not for who they were, but what they are. So sometimes you may be looking at a person and you see a middle-aged African American woman, 5'7", 145 pounds, and I may see a sea monster, or I may see a demon in this person's face, or I may see a monkey or a frog. Like I'm seeing energy in this person. I'm seeing something else. I'm seeing this an entity. It ain't even what you think she is, you know? I'm seeing on that level. And I'm talking about ain't no blocking it, ain't no sums in it. It's just on 365. I'm just looking at the spirit or whatever the fuck this is. And I'm trying to find forgiveness and in my mind, because it takes a level of humility to deal with people's divinities, even if they don't deserve it. And that's where forgiveness comes in. I had a situation in 2019, April 3rd, 2019. My father passed away. But before he died, it was my daughter's birthday. I think it was my daughter's birthday or when I had got back into town. He had told me, it was the last conversation we really had. He had told me something I'm not going to disclose here, but that I had to watch who I forgive, who I was humble for, and what I put myself around, my spiritual hygiene. That's what my dad told me. Okay. And that the people that I love was not who the fuck I thought they was. And then I also watched my father. My father was the type of man who would take care of people even when he did not have it. Okay. He was a good person. I'm not just saying that. You know, I have people come to me still this day like, I remember your dad taught me this. I remember your dad taught me that. He was always sharing his light with other people, always assisting them effortlessly with a smile on his face. And he knew he was dying for 4 fucking years and never really said nothing to us. We knew he would be sick, but not ever that sick. He hid it. And he wanted us to forgive him for doing that. I didn't understand at that time until years later. I was sick myself in that kind of way. And I had to ask my children to forgive me for not telling them. And when they did, it was like something was broken. And I instantly got better. Went to the doctor, didn't even need nothing. Instantly was better. It's this energy. So forgiveness is not untying, completely open, allowing readmission. So I watched my father die for weeks. Okay. I was using Reiki and whatever I could to keep him alive because I couldn't find a way to let him go. I wasn't humble about that. I'm going to figure out a way. Okay. And I did whatever I could in my power at that time that I knew. Okay, what I could do with. But I watched all these people that he had helped that I know of, that, you know what I mean? Like I said, I still meet people to this day, but the people that I know he helped, that I watched him help, and I didn't see how they didn't come and see him. I watched him have 6 strokes and one night, stressing about people not coming to see him. I watched my dad sacrifice his whole life giving to other people, and nobody was there when he needed them the most. And it broke him. It hurt him. So when people get all interpersonal with me about who I give my energy to, not allowing people in around me or people that I used to love that I don't fuck with at all, it's a reason. I learned a very powerful lesson. Some of y'all can never have the opportunity to play with me the way you did again. I would destroy you. I'm telling you on live international radio, I would destroy you. You have to kill me. You play with me on the way that you was playing before. You have to physically kill me. Ain't gonna be no more play game covertly. You gonna have to overtly become the aggressor because of what I watched. I'm not the same person that I was. And I've had a lot of stuff happen then. Let me tell you about this humility. Then we're gonna dive deeper in on this forgiveness. I didn't have a problem with being humble for God. It was never my problem. I didn't have a problem with being humble to divinity and respect the information. Never was my problem. I didn't even have a problem being humble when it came to people because I'm very naturally humble within myself. I naturally have a good character about myself. I am naturally a good person. I don't have to tell you this. I meet people every day and it's exhibited. I'm naturally a beautiful person and people deserve to know me. I know this. I've always known this. Sometimes I hide from it, but I make it open. I give my energy when I'm supposed to. At first I didn't. It wasn't that I didn't have no cap. I didn't have no good way of going about it to give it out. Say that I didn't know how to go about it, but now I got a cap on it. I know who gets what, when they get what, why they get what, how much energy I'm putting in this, and sometimes I'll tell myself, oh, I'm putting 0.01% energy in this shit right here because I'm not dealing with it. And I'm telling you, the person will be like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna give you this information, then I'm gonna call you back. They will begin to exhibit what you put your time and your energy into. Because some people is just there to get the energy, but that's a whole nother audio. That's on the vapors. That's coming up next. I'm dropping the vapors. This is live audio for y'all. It's live, ain't no notes. I had to learn humility with dealing with people. And what I mean by that is not letting the motherfucker walk over you. Because when you being humble, you really lowering yourself. That's what you really doing. That's why I didn't ever have a problem doing it for the creator, but other people, they could have kissed my ass on some humility shit. I can never be humble with all this shit that I had going on because I knew who I was. I just couldn't, at that time, I didn't know how to exhibit it, if that makes sense. But now this ain't my body. Like I tell y'all, this is not my body, but I'm driving this motherfucker. I'm telling you, now I know how to exhibit what it is that I want to do. I know how to make it tangible. So some things I just can't see me sitting being humble to this motherfucker about that. I don't gotta tell them that. I don't owe them for them to know that. But I had to learn grace. And in order to learn humility, I had to lose every fucking thing. Like everything that I thought was about to shake at the beginning of February, this new business, this new company we have been invested in since last November. I'm thinking it's about to shake. That wasn't even where the money was supposed to be coming from. The creator told me that I can't ask for something and then tell them how to do it. So I just be sitting back. I'm not even worried about shit. And people be like, "You ain't worried about?" Nah, man. I'm just chilling. Like this shit is all about to play out like a movie. I'm so humble. I'm so wise. I'll let a motherfucker go there and just be on some crazy shit. And I'll look at them like, "You done?" They'll be like, "Yeah, you gonna respond?" No, not a lick of energy coming to you. I'm not doing it. I have become humble in such a way that certain shit don't even matter. The humble don't stumble. Ain't that what they say? The humble don't stumble. It's the truth. It's really the truth. The etymology of the word humble comes from a few different Latin words, which means ground or earth. Just means being grounded or lowly. Okay. Submissive, respectful, modest, obedient. Obedience is far greater than sacrifice. Okay. Obedience is far greater than sacrifice. Obedience been getting me through. They said be humble. I had to learn my benevolence. I had to learn to operate in benevolence because I could be malicious. I'll openly say that. Some people can't admit that they dark. I will openly tell you it is. It'll go triple black goddess, pitch black melanin, 1,000 per gram dark if I needed to. I know how to ascend and descend. Like I told you, this is not my body. I'm not my body. I'm just driving. And I know what I'm doing. So I know who I operate in forgiveness with. I'm in humility with everybody because it ain't about you. You only exist because I exist. Some of y'all ain't on that level yet, but I'm gonna give y'all a little dark side today. You only exist because I exist. And you will get that later. Might not catch you this lifetime, but you'll get it later. You exist because I exist. And there's never been a time that I have not existed. Okay? I am I am very aware of who I am on many levels. And some people ain't even aware of who they are. That's why you got to be careful of who you forgive. Some people you'll be like, "Oh, I forgive you," and you really want to forgive them and let them in, but you don't know this motherfucker got the butcher knife behind their back. They got the screwdriver and shit. They about to kiss you. The razor blade is in their mouth. You don't even know. You don't know. They'll love you today and crucify your ass on Friday. Ask Jesus. You don't even know. You got to be careful who you got people sitting up in your face, sitting around you that you done forgave that's really against you. This ain't no paranoid shit either. Like for real. You got to really evaluate the people that you dealing with. Like I told you in the beginning of this audio, some people ain't even human. Some people, they I don't even talk to people if they don't got souls in their body. If they don't got souls, I'll be looking at them. They be like, "Oh, this bitch being funny." Nah, motherfucker, I don't want nothing that's on you jumping off on me. Ain't shit in there. I'll just look at you and watch you pass and let that thought pass. I'm not dealing with that shit. Some of y'all need to have better spiritual hygiene with the people that you're dealing with. They're not what you think they are. See, it's something that's really against you on a divine level. When you realize what your divinity is, this ain't for everybody. This is only for the people that realize and know and operate in the divine. When you realize your divinity, then you know that there's certain spirits that set up from the ops, right? They send them in your life because they know what you want, they know what you like, and they know what you dislike. So they'll send these energies to you. They'll also send people who are distractions. They know exactly what you like and what you don't like. That's why you got to be careful who you got sitting up around you hygienically, who you fooling with, because some people is trying to fuck over you, and you think, oh, we've been friends since we've been friends, and the A1 is the day ones. Listen, I done had some day 1336s that did me better than any A1 day one I've ever dealt with. I've only probably had one friend for real that I can say we ain't never fell out and been on no crazy weird shit. He ain't never did no jealous ass shit to me. Like he is real. If I could go to heaven, they be like, "Who was your real friend?" I'll be like Jonathan Connor. Like we ain't never fell out. It's always official with us. It's business. You know what I mean? We grown. We have lives. He ain't got to be in my face every day to be friends and shit. But some people, y'all done let these people. And he been good since day one. You feel me? But some of y'all got these people sitting up around you. You done forgave this bitch 365,000 times. You let her slide with her little snide ass behavior, her little mannerisms and shit, and this bitch just keeps continuing to do it. And all bitches ain't women, okay? They continue to do it because you ain't never checked it. You ain't never put it in order. You ain't know who you operating through your forgiveness with. Like I told you, I learned a very powerful lesson. Very powerful lesson. My father said these people are not who you think they are. They're vampires. But they don't know that what you are. They don't know that about you yet. You know that. I've been telling you about that, and you know what you are. My brother just stood there and cried at the end of the bed, bro. I will never forget this shit. It's like a movie playing in my mind. He said all of the motherfuckers is going to turn on you, and they did one by one, like a domino effect. And I had to learn. He said I had to learn how to let go and not even care. I said, Dad, I care too much about people. He said, don't have compassion. That's where I get this from. Don't let compassion get you fucked up. My father told me that. Don't let your compassion get you fucked up. They got Jesus like that. He'll jokingly say, they got Jesus like that. Don't let your compassion get you fucked up. But at the same time, Jesus never knew who he was until he met Judas. You see what I'm saying? These people are a part of the plan. You don't have to, you can forgive them. When people say, oh, I can forgive them, but I'm going to never forget, then you haven't forgiven it because you're still holding on to the untied aspect of it. Or forgiveness is for myself. Yeah, that's because your weak ass can't let go really what happened or what you think happened. Because sometimes things happen for a reason because you're not aware of how you're really operating. See, a lot of people is about the Saturn's home. He's here, daddy here. And a lot of y'all is not realizing that the way you operate covertly, overtly, that shit about to be in your own roles. The ill will and shit that you sit up and deviate for others and how you sitting up purposely plotting on people and shit. You gonna have that in your own roads. The spirit will teach you. Any divinity that you're dealing with on a cosmic level will teach you this reciprocity, this law of rhythm, this law of correspondence. And just because it ain't directly hitting you, it could be hitting your children, your grandchildren. You sitting up wishing death on other people and wondering why people around you dying. Well, that's what you want for others. You sitting up wishing this happened to a person, now it's happening to you or somebody that you love. That's what you wanted for people. You covertly doing it though. That's why I tell people about being spiritual, man. You gotta heal. This shit ain't all of this earth cosmic shit. I keep telling y'all. This microphone that I'm on, this fucking Dell laptop I'm holding, this iPhone that's next to me, this lighter, all of this shit is physical because I allowed it to exist. I observed it. Huh? I allowed it to exist. It's made up of 99.9% space. It's just science. It's not me being crazy. So I allowed it to exist. That's why it's here. So when you forgiving these people and you got them sitting up in your energy, you allowed them to exist because they exist because you exist. You're allowing them to exist. So what are you allowing to exist around you? What are you being humble to? So many people took that audio as being disrespectful. Like elders I was dealing with, they took that audio as a shot to them. I'm like, damn, the ego was really involved. But Cinderella, wear the fucking slipper, because that's not what it was meant. It was me really telling you how I felt about being humble towards certain people. I feel some people don't deserve to have that from me. But then I got into what being humble really was. The creator showed me why I needed to be grounded. Because when I'm grounded, you can't knock me off my square. I don't give a fuck who you is. Then they told me why I had to learn humility, because certain things that I bestow within myself, can't nobody just walk around with that. You gotta have a level of humility. You gotta know a level of wisdom. You gotta have a level of grace. Cause it's a few of y'all I could bust your motherfucking head and be back at Jackson Pike. That's how I've been feeling lately. Like, why? Fuck all of this. Like, I will bust your fucking head and be back at Jackson Pike. But I can't keep allowing people to take me back if I'm ascending. See, a lot of people don't know that you only come to earth to find love and forgive. This is hell. How you know these people is because you done did this simulation several times. Think of Back to the Future. You just changing the time frame on the timeline and coming back with the same people doing the same shit, whether you're aware of it or not. That's what that movie Back to the Future was about. That shit is real to a degree. Neurocinematics, look it up. You only come back to this world to forgive and find love and get the fuck out of here. You got to travel through your heart chakra to get up out of here. That's the whole ordeal. It's forgiveness. What can you let go? See, a part of the thing with me is I have to know. Well, I learned the fucking hard way too. I learned how to let go and not care. To still deeply love a person the same way I did, and it fucks them up. Listen, love is the ultimate weapon. I've learned that. My benevolence is the ultimate weapon. My sincerity is the highest level of protection. I don't care what you got in your bag or what's walking with you. You can't fuck with the truth. And I'm justified. I don't do nothing unless it's justified. And I'm not talking about my own ego either. If it ain't justified, I'm not doing it. My hands are clean. I operate from love, unconditional love, and forgiveness. I can be appeased. Sometimes it's not as easy as you think it is, but I am able to be appeased. I love being appeased because I came here in benevolence. I've came here in the act of love, compassion, and forgiveness. And for me to say that on a soul level of knowing who and what I am and what they done did to the mother here, the indigenous woman here, that speaks volumes. I forgive these people. I forgive these spirits because this time I'm leaving here. And they know it. And they doing everything in their power to prevent me from having my forgiveness. From having my love. You can't block. You can't block love. You can't hide from love. And when you learn how to use it as a weapon, listen, when it becomes so real inside of you, it's weaponized. Oh my God, it dismantles egos. It destroys shit. I mean, the darkest of the darkest magic of the darkest magics. It destroys it. And they be sitting back wondering, like, damn, I done did all of this to destroy her because I'm in my ego and I still lost. I tell people all the time, it must suck to watch me thrive and prosper, respectfully, humbly spoken. It must suck. And you wish to destroy me. I keep telling you, I'm not this body. I'm not going to tell y'all no more. It's the last time I'm going to tell y'all how I'm not this body. All of this is done by design. My forgiveness, that has nothing to do with me. It's on a soul level. It's really personal with my soul level. It's time to get up out of here. Everything that anybody ever thought they done was a part of the program for me to realize who I was. Like I told you, Jesus never knew that he was God. They taught you metaphysically. They told you in Galatians that these words we speak are of allegory. Okay. And if y'all follow that, if that person is allegory, then that is the lineage of Jesus. Okay. And saying that, he told you. Jesus never knew who he was until he met Judas. Peter and them never took him nowhere. He was dragging them, putting them on boats, trying to make them walk on water, be like him. Never could do it. Never stepped to his potential by doing that. It wasn't until Judas came. Pontius Pilate. That's when he knew he was God. They put him on God level. So sometimes you gotta have forgiveness and allow your enemies or the people who think they against you to be against you. That's how you learn grace. And how you learn mercy is allowing them to survive, because all you have to do is send that energy back and it would completely destroy them. Because while you are operating in your divinity, they're operating in lesser spirits. Let me tell you something. A lot of people are going to be destroyed. And this ain't got nothing to do with me. I ain't got nothing in this. But I'm telling you what the energies are out right now. A lot of people are about to be destroyed because their will is ill. They're ill. They ill will naturally. They about to be destroyed. The creator don't play about certain people. Y'all running around here doing and operating and doing negative stuff, and they keep forgiving you, forgiving you, and forgiving you, and forgiving. How many cheeks you gonna turn? And I'm speaking this also into a religious context, because Christian people, they believe in turning the other cheek when people do stuff to them. Did you know that Jesus came back with the shroud with the blood of his enemies on it? You think I'm about to play with you? If Jesus came back with the blood on the shroud of his enemies, it's in your Bible. Book of Jeremiah. Look it up. Know what you believe in. Know what you operate in. Christ is a consciousness. It is a fluid. In the twinkling of an eye, it can activate. Become aware. Be mindful of what you forgiven. Be mindful of what you being humble to. Be mindful. Stay grounded. Stay in your humility. Stay grounded. The humble really don't stumble. For real. They really don't. I had to learn that this year. I'm telling you, I've learned benevolence and humility. I don't know what level I'm at on it, but I listen. I crack some type of code, because I got a lot of blessings from that. And I've been being, I ain't talking about financial shit either. I've been protected from people that want to see me dead. It's bitches that want to sit around and really fuck up my whole day, my kids' day, and everybody else's day. That's why I'm mindful who I forgive. I'm mindful who I got sent up around me. I'm mindful who I'm showing my humility and how I'm operating my humility, who, what, and why I'm doing it with. And I want y'all to pay attention too. I love y'all. You have a wonderful day on purpose, intentionally.